am a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent sinner. I pledge to find and connect with my sinner. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warrior and to assist all those seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That is the Gye-Nyame pledge that is said by all of our true members at least once a day. Peace and welcome to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos and podcasts. Subscribe as well as join the journey. Push past your self-imposed limitations within the Gye-Nyame journey. Peace.
Too black, too strong.
I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. This is Brother Hatim, and we are live on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Right now, I'm experimenting. I'm doing a live Facebook feed as well as doing the show. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. You are now listening to Tribal Quotes. Every Wednesday at 9, we do this, right? We're about to break it down and get into it deep. Anybody that have comments that's on you Facebook, feel free to type up the comments. I'm going to be trying to keep it up. Rashawn Hall, is just because of you old. All right, thank you, brother. I feel so good. I love being old because there's so many people that's my age that didn't make it to where I am. But, yo, check this out. This is a Heart of a Silver production where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. All right, first sponsor, of course, is that ambrosia, right? That ambrosia, right? What y'all looking at right here is an ambrosia smoothie, right? Once again, I'm working with those blueberries. I threw some grapes in this, and also I got a little bit of yogurt. This is a right? So here we go. Hey, so I'm gonna be sipping on this as we go around through the show. So what I'm trying to do right now is I gotta throw on my Facebook page because I'm behind. I don't have a studio. My studio is my living room. And I got to go and work with my girls. I had to put my girls in bed. Not put them in bed. I had to give them a bath. My wife about to put them to bed. So what I wanted to do, not the recipe, that's easy. I just need to get you a SCOBY because, you know what I'm saying? For those that don't know, a SCOBY, what's a SCOBY? A SCOBY is what makes the ambrosia. And like I said, I got them for anybody that want to make their own ambrosia. But if you don't want to take that time and you just want to support the journey, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bring me down to where you at. I'll go on and get you some. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what's up, brother Alfred James? Dude, are you watching me on the airplane? This brother be flying from coast to coast. This is a pilot. I remember when the brother came to Ohio State talking about he wanted to be a pilot. I never met anybody, a black man, talking about he wanted to fly. You know what I'm saying? And I loved it. Yo, I love you, bro, and thank you for tuning in. Sending shots out to all those that are tuning in live right now on the radio show. So right now, what I want to do is on the show, I'm going to run through the news real quick. I want to make sure that we're keeping up with some of the news that's popping up on the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. If you're not on the Gye-Nyame Journey fan page, please like, you know what I'm saying, and keep up with us on through the live stream or whatever on the Gye-Nyame page because that's all the news I got. Now, first thing I want to cover before I get into the African Openers and Tree of Life, mannequin challenge with a lot of guns results in 2 arrests on marijuana and weapons charges. So, you know, you got brothers telling on themselves, once again, dry snitching. Here we go doing dumb shit. I mean, I just don't understand it. It confuses me. It amazes me that these motherfuckers will actually get out and do felonies on a mannequin challenge. Mannequins don't run. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. We would have never did this. Well, I take that back. We did some dumb shit when we was young too. We just didn't have Facebook. Oh man. So hey, all right. Next up. All right. So now I am a subscriber to London Real. So anybody that's really trying to improve themselves, right, in any form of fashion, check out London Real. And what I'm checking out is this boxer by the name of Chris Eubank. Some of you boxing fans might have heard about him. World champion. But this motherfucker is a scholar, man. He is brilliant, and you got to check him out, man. He's talking to the London Real, and it's up on Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. Make sure you go there and check that out. You know, if you join London Real, let them know you heard about him through this journey, Gye-Nyame Journey, right? Because I'm a fan of London Real. They get busy. Shouts out to my man DJ Delford Chadbourne, because he's always posting up beautiful pictures on the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline. And some of y'all can also do that. Just for a few like on that man. Yup. They always, Gye-Nyame, what's up, bro? How you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us, right? So now check this out. Yesterday I did a show, and it was called The Apes and the Two Travelers. Go and check that out. Check that show out. You download it. You can listen to it at your own leisure. You know what I'm saying? But share it, because these folk tales, what I keep trying to tell people is that with these folk tales, our ancestors gave us crystallized wisdom. We are not going through anything new. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand that our ancestors been through this before, and they leaving this wisdom for us so that we don't have to struggle through this. We could wise through this, right? We could wisdom mind through this. So let's go and get it. All right, cool. Thank you, Gye-Nyame. Thanks for joining us. All right, now, they say the North Pole will be melting in 2 years. So some people are estimating that there might not be a North Pole in 2 years. At least no ice on it. No ice on the North Pole in 2 years. And I wonder how that's going to affect the world. I'm just running through the news real quick. I did that, and I'm going to stop right there. So now what we're about to do is I am going to get into the Proverbs, because I know that's what some of y'all want to check out. So the book that I'm using is called The African Openness to the Tree of Life, right? This is a powerful book. I've been using it since college. My man Alfred can attest to this, because we used this when we was doing Mac. You know what I'm saying? He'll remember some of the quotes if he go through the book. But this is a book that I have been embracing since college, and I'm using it for this portion of the show. And it's called Tribal Quotes. I look for tribal quotes. So we working through this book. We worked through my book first. Yep, that's right. Psalms 82 ain't in here, but the one I ain't gonna say it because we used it during the initiation. But it's one about nakedness in there. You understand that one, Alfred? You know what I'm saying? The quote about nakedness, that's in this one, right? Men acquiring courage and is that young Rashawn? Is that Heru Rashawn? Yo, go and respond. Is that the Heru Rashawn? Oh my God. Oh shit, we having a Mac reunion right here on Facebook. Oh my God. All right. I didn't know that was you, bro. All right. So hold on. All right, so for those that's out there, right, those old Macs, God standing in the congregation mighty, judge amongst the gods, how long will you judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Ashe. Or they say Selah, but we say Ashe now. Defend the poor and the fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and needy, deliver the poor and needy, rid them out of the hands of the wicked, for they know not, neither do they understand, for they walk on in darkness, while all the foundation of the earth are out of course. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men, and fall like one of the princes. So arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. We got about 20 generations of young men that can say that right now. So, so they say my connection is weak. So, but I got a seventh person on here. What's up, Miss Lisa? Thank you for joining us. Right? So this is doing better than my call-in line. Y'all got any requests, any questions, any comments about anything I say? Hit me up through Facebook. Let's get it on. Let's get it cracking. Let's get the conversation started. So here we go. Now, I'm in the African Openness to the Tree of Life, and we are on what's called, I call it the art of sacrifice. And the book is called The Exercise of Sacrifice. What's up, Miss Jill Lundy? How you doing? Thank you for joining us. All right, The Exercise of Sacrifice. Here we go. I'm going to read the 3 Proverbs, right? And then one of y'all choose which one you want to start first. So I'm going to give you a number 1 through 3, and you let me know what you want to start with. So this is the second day, so we're going to be on this. If what is to be offered is not one's own, then how can it be a sacrifice? Say the knowledge holders. What is precious is given up for something more precious, say the knowledge holders. What does not strengthen should be released, for it is a false treasure, say the knowledge holders. That's the second one, my fault. So I'm going to have to break that down a little bit. Number one, if what is to be offered is not one's own, then how can it be a sacrifice, say the knowledge holders. What is precious is given up for something more precious, say the knowledge holders. That's the first proverb. All right, second one. What does not strengthen should be released, for it is a false treasure, say the knowledge holders. All right? And lastly, say the knowledge holders, sacrifice opens doors. No true entering is done without sacrifice. Now, so I'm going to throw it out there. Somebody real quick out there on the line, if somebody want to call in, y'all can hit us up at 614-556-4535. If you want to listen to the show live and want to get off the live stream, go to Gye-Nyame.com. Once again, if you want to call in, hit me up at 614-556-4535. The lines are open, and I am up. All right. Oh, they saying they're not receiving any audio. I don't know what's going on. So y'all might have to type y'all stuff in. Oh, number 2. Okay, cool. Juan Gaines, my cousin. Thank you. Oh, my God. Listen. I'm going to read number 2. We're going to work on number 2. Now, if y'all have comments, type them in. I'm going to get these lines working. I don't know what's going on, if not this show, but the next show. Number 2, what does not strengthen should be released, for it is a false treasure, say the knowledge holders. Now, discussion. This is what we do. This is what we have to do, right? Check this out. Our ancestors, man. Americuts, what's up? David L. Andrade. Thank you for tuning in. All right. Yeah, well, I would like to think we all understand sacrifice. Miss Jill Lundy say, I think we all understand sacrifice. And she want to do number 3. So I'm going to go do number 3 after do number 2 because Juan beat you up. But I'm going to say this. A lot of us really don't understand sacrifice. You understand sacrifice because you in competition and you work and you gave up certain things. But a lot of us are stuck in our lives because we have not been willing to sacrifice. Right? A lot of us giving shots out to the wifey. What's up, Miss Victoria? I'll go. I want to thank you for tuning in. This is our first time on one of my shows. But by the way, I'm drinking that ambrosia smoothie. So y'all need to get your, what's up, bruh? Americuts, shots out. I don't know who is behind Americuts, you know. But, all right, here we go. So start with number 2. So I'm going to go back to the point. A lot of people don't understand sacrifice, right? This is why the black community is struggling, right? Because we all want to be hooked up, right? We all want to receive stuff for absolutely nothing, right? When in fact the universe has a rule that basically states, it's a law that you can't receive without giving. You always got to give. The universe has to stay in balance. That's how everything's works. So the importance of the exercise of sacrifice is that you are doing things to bring things into balance, to bring your life into balance. You want to succeed. You want to make money. You want to do all these things. All these things require sacrifice. Miss Lundy, you understand sacrifice because there's certain foods that you probably love, but you can't eat because it would mess up your body for bodybuilding. You know what I'm saying? So all of us, in some form of fashion, we have to really, really, really start trying to understand and start working with and start using sacrifices in our life. Right? Now check this out. What does not strengthen should be released. Now check this out, y'all. All of us are hanging on to some bullshit in our lives that we need to get rid of. Right? All of us are holding on to some bullshit. And if it's not strengthening you, you need to release it because all of us, we have a purpose in life. And part of the challenge of us reaching our purpose is that we get weighed down, right? And part of the challenge is being able to look at that thing that's weighing you down and throw that shit to the side. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't do that, you can't move forward. And as a community, if we don't do that, we can't move forward. There's some shit that's holding us back. Right? I honestly believe Democrats, Republicans, they all holding us back. We need to do our own shit. You know what I'm saying? We need to start getting our money up. It's certain things that's going on in our community that's holding us back that we're not willing to sacrifice. There's certain people in our families that we're not willing to sacrifice. We got to give up. There is no, if it's not strengthening you, it must be released. Our ancestors told us this. This ain't Brother Hatim. This is coming from an ancient book. This brother by the name of Erskine Peters did research in ancient African cultures and pulled the best proverbs out and left them for us, right? And the idea is to give us the wisdom so that we can move forward. So it says, what does not strengthen should be released, for it's a false treasure. Many of us are sitting around with fool's gold in our life, right? I don't know that there are many folks who have given up more than black folks, especially in America. But now the question, that's Brother Rashawn Hall. Check this out. This is the question that we got to answer, and this is what we got to wrestle. Did we sacrifice that, or was that shit taken? See, because a sacrifice is different than some shit being taken from you. Now, if we gave it up willingly, you know what I'm saying? If we gave it up and we wanted to give it up and we didn't have to give it up, that's a sacrifice. If a motherfucker walk up to you and take it, that's not a sacrifice. If I got a gold chain, I'm walking down the street, the motherfucker take my gold chain, that's not a sacrifice. But I'm walking down the street, I'm walking down the street and I see somebody that's hungry and I give them the chain, that's a sacrifice, right? Shouts out to David Lee. He says Hugh Johnson, Woodrow Harrison, Dennis. Oh, okay, cool. He's sending out shots. All right. Now, so we got to understand, have we given up, have we sacrificed things in America, or have things been taken from us, and have we been forced to do what we're doing in America? Now, a sacrifice is something that we willingly give. You know what I'm saying? So, but some children, now my man Rashawn said, when people let their children go north for better opportunities, that's a sacrifice. Was it really? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of those children made the decision to go north themselves. And a lot of them never went back. You know what I'm saying? Because as a community, have we really been willing to sacrifice? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of shit, it's a lot of false treasures that we're holding on into our communities. When people don't fight back for the sake of saving a job, I don't know, man. I really don't know about it. I don't necessarily agree with that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we are allowed to have our opinions, right? So it says, what does not strengthen should be released, right? Some of these jobs that we hold on to, they're not strengthening us. Some of these habits that we have, they're not strengthening us. Some of these people, they're not strengthening us. They're false treasures. They're weighing us down, and we have to be willing to let them go. Now, I'm going to move on because I don't want to hold y'all up because I know all of y'all got busy lives, right? David L. said, we sacrifice for our oppressors, not for our own. So it's not really a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? If we sacrifice it for somebody else, it's not really a sacrifice. Sacrifice is something that we give from ourselves, that we give willingly, that we give with our heart's intent, right? Other people can pimp us into thinking we making a sacrifice and we can feel good and we can kind of prop ourselves up about it. But if they are actually forcing it away from us, we have to really consider if it's a sacrifice. We haven't made, us going to war for America, in a sense, was a sacrifice because a lot of those soldiers were willing to go. That's a sacrifice, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, so we got to really understand the exercise of sacrifice, right? It's something that you give from your heart. And if it don't hurt, it's not a sacrifice. Some of us, we go to church and we think that we sacrificing by putting it in the plate. If it ain't hurting, when you pull it out your pocket, it is not a sacrifice. When we get to our organizations, if it ain't hurting, it's not a sacrifice. We got to understand that with sacrifice, there comes some uneasiness and some sacrifice from our heart. All right? David Lee says, tell them how you sacrificed for the people at a vision quest. You prayed and fasted in a hookah for days to get clarity and vision concerning how to lead the people. Thanks, David Lee, for pointing that out. I wasn't going to say that. But that's my brother. Hey, I can't wait to sweat with you again, bruh. Sacrifice is very hard to do, Wani G. But that's what make us men, man. Warriors have to be willing to sacrifice, man. That's part of the path. That's why we was born. That's why we was reared in the way we was reared. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to be able to start doing those sacrifices. And one of the things one of my favorite movies is The Godfather. And I keep quoting this. Don Corleone says, keep your enemies close. Keep your friends close, but keep your enemies closer, or something like that, along those lines, right? But the point is, with your enemies, you make them comfortable, right? You got to make them comfortable. So if you lose, they lose. So they connect their success with your success. So they really don't want to see you lose. You understand what I'm saying? You make them comfortable. And as a people, others have made us comfortable, right? So we're not willing to sacrifice. We're not willing to give up. We're not willing. Hell, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're not willing to give up space. We want to move in with our people, even though we're struggling and we're not able to save any money for the future. Jill Lundy said, mind control is so ingrained in the very fabric of our being as black folks, it's horrible. We must change this through education and activation. I agree. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we need to start showing our children how to sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? We need to, because sacrifice is something that you learn, right? Sacrifice is something that you learn. A lot of us, when we went to Ohio State, when I was at Ohio State, a lot of people was really sacrificing to go to Ohio State. Ohio State was easy for me because I had a scholarship. You know what I'm saying? But I seen other people who actually went to Ohio State and was sacrificing. They didn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'd be sitting up late at night eating pizza. They be hungry. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, come get some of this pizza. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I saw a lot of people sacrificing because we were sold the idea that if we went to college, life would be easy for us, right? Life would be better for us. But the fact of the matter is, as we got older, we see that some of us were sold some bad goods, right? Hold on. My battery was running down. So I'm back. All right, so now, Miss Jill, we're going to get to yours. We're going to go to number 3. She wanted to do number 3, so shouts out. Comment on the movie The Spook That Sat by the Door. Sacrifice. Now think about this. In the movie Spook That Sat by the Door, homeboy sacrificed 10 years of his life so that he could get this information and take it back to the streets and start training the street gangs so that they can have an uprising. You know what I'm saying? In order, we got to understand, because like Rashawn was pointing out sacrifices that people made. Now, you know what I'm saying? That in other ways. But, you know what I'm saying? If anything that we want in life, anything that you want in life, anything that we want as a group, we got to be willing to sacrifice for it. Right? You know what I'm saying? So this man was talking about he wanted freedom in this movie, and he was willing to sacrifice 10 years of his life and then risk his life, you know what I'm saying, to push the movie forward. And in the end of the movie, basically sacrifice his life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? We got to see how deep are we willing to go with it. Eubanks, the dude that I was just telling you about, the boxer. Let me go. Chris Eubanks. Chris Eubanks says, as a warrior, when you step in the ring, you got to be willing to give it all. That means even if you die. And I have heard other athletes and other businessmen say this, that if they wanted to win, right? If you want to do something, you got to be willing to sacrifice your life. You got to be willing to take yourself to the altar. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be real about it. Some of us, we say we want success, but then the question has to come up: what are we willing to give up? You know what I'm saying? What are we hanging on to that's not strengthening us? Some of our circles that we hang with aren't strengthening us. Y'all see my daughter's trying to get into the... Y'all go to bed. Get out the camera. Go to bed. Go to bed. All right. So, David Lee, the natural way of things in the circle of life. Sacrifice yields things we need to survive. You get what you give, and you got to give it away to keep it. Labor and plant seeds, reap, and, see more. I'm scared to push it, David Lee. You know what I'm saying? Good point. You know what I'm saying? Nature set the example for us. But on to number 3. Jill wanted me to do number 3. Say to knowledge holders, sacrifice opens doors. No true entering is done without sacrifice. Did y'all hear that? Our ancestors tell it, clearly. Sacrifice opens doors. When we give, when we sacrifice is in a sense or payment for a ticket into the entrance into the house of our choosing. When we sacrifice becomes like the key that pushes the door open for us. And we can't enter without sacrifice. Many of us is looking for shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He said, labor and plant seeds to reap a good harvest. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Even in farming, I got to go out and sacrifice. We got to pour what I call the real libations. Like right now in the community, we pour libations, right? We pour water, right? And one of the things that I need people to understand is that water is one of the lower libations. Now the intention is behind it, but you know, you go to liquor, right? I know a lot of y'all like, what? Liquor? Yeah, you pour libations. You give food, certain type of food. But the three highest libations are, ready? Tears, sweat, and blood. When you sacrifice, right, you're giving tears, sweat, and blood, or blood, sweat, and tears, right? You know what I'm saying? When you really love something, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be some sweat coming off of you when you're trying to get it. It's going to be some tears flowing, and sometimes you might get cut and blood. You know what I'm saying? The universe has a way of extracting things from you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're going to get something, you always got to get. There is no true entering without sacrifice. And once we understand that as a people, we're going to be free. You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing that's stopping us from really freedom is our fear. You know what I'm saying? We scared to go beyond. We scared to push the envelope. You know what I'm saying? But we got to understand at some point in time, right? We got to be willing to sacrifice. We got to be willing to lay it down. You know what I'm saying? In business, you got to be willing to lay it down. You know what I'm saying? David, Ms. Lundy says sacrifice is painful but necessary most of the time. Right? David Lee said water is everlasting life. We sing that song in the Sweat Lodge. Welcome, Elder Tony West. Thank you for joining us. You know what I'm saying? I wish my lines was up so that y'all could call in, man. Because I want to hear some of y'all voices, you know, but I don't know what's going on with these lines. But hey, here we go. All right. So Miss Jill, she said, number 3, say knowledge holds sacrifice opens doors. No true entering is done without sacrifice. Another Brother David says, Frederick Douglass left comfort in England and said he could not stay living comfortably in England while his brothers suffered in the United States. So he returned to the United States to fight alone. I got to wait for the rest of it to pop up. But you have a good point. You know what I'm saying? When we want something, we got to be willing to lay it down. We got to be willing to make those sacrifices, man. And a lot of people, I mean, and I'm not, and I don't want to even get into the metaphors. Some of us, right? Some of the things that we're holding on to, some of the things that we're doing, we got to be willing to give it up, right? You can't talk about, you know, because a matter of fact, one of the posts that I read last week says, one cannot both feast and become rich. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us is trying to feast and become rich at the same time because they've been selling us bad goods. They've been selling us bad ideas. For some reason, we think that we can actually get free and kick it all the goddamn time. Some of us think we can actually get free and lay around all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? We honestly think that the universe has changed its rules because Europeans have fooled us. The West Asian has fooled us, right? But the true fact is that we have to be willing to sacrifice, man. We got to be willing to lay it down. And that's why our ancestors called it the exercise of sacrifice. Because when you exercise, you become stronger, right? You got to practice small sacrifices so you can move to larger sacrifices, right? We got to be willing to push it. We got to be willing to take ourselves to the limits that is necessary. You can't get free. You can't get rich. You can't get famous. You can't get discovered. Not sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? You can't get through. You can't get your doctor's degree without sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? You can't get that dream job or create those dream jobs without sacrifice. Every last one of us have to be willing to give up something. Every last one of us have to be willing to lay something on the altar of life and allow it to be taken away from us so that we could get more. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like we going down to the stream of life as a people and as individuals with our fists closed, and we're dipping our hands in the water, pulling it up, and wondering why we can't get something to drink. We got to open it up. We got to be willing to let go. We got to be willing to sacrifice. Shouts out to Sister Jill Jackson. Shouts out to my cousin Tiffany. What's up? You know what I'm saying? All right, so now, and they say no true entering is done without sacrifice. True entering. Some of us kind of are able to peek into the door, but until we're willing to sacrifice, you can't get to that. It used to be a time where before somebody could claim they was a man, they had to make sacrifices. Before they could claim there was a woman in our community, they had to make sacrifices. Oh, but those days are gone now. All you gotta do is become 18, and and we got to change that. You know what I'm saying? My generation, we got to change that. You know what I'm saying? I got 12-year-olds telling me they men now. You know what I'm saying? They smoking, they having sex, and I guess that's the equivalent to black manhood now, y'all. That's what we allowed to descend to. I get a pack of cigarettes and have some sex, and I'm a black man now. Is that shit true? Should it be true? You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I mean, we really got to think about this, because this is the image that our young people got. I give me a little alcohol. I give me a little sex, smoke me a cigarette, maybe roll me some weed, and I'm a man? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's intolerable in any other culture. Intolerable. Matter of fact, we don't even need to talk about no cultures. When we go back to our traditions, that's intolerable. Manhood is earned. Manhood requires a sacrifice. Womanhood requires a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And we got to understand that. No true entering. You know what I'm saying? You could peek in the door, but you don't get to get all the way in the door without making some type of sacrifice. All right. Now I'm going to do the last one, and then I'm going to let y'all go, because I know all of y'all got busy lives, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Wow. And we did number 2. Now we're going to go to number 1. If what is to be offered is not one's own, then how can it be a sacrifice? Say the knowledge holders. What is precious is given up for something more precious, say the knowledge holders. All right, for those that don't know, I'm reading from the African Openness to the Tree of Life. See it right there? All right. And we're discussing the Proverbs. So check it out. And I want y'all to think about this one. If what is to be offered is not one's own, then how can it be a sacrifice? We have many people. I'm going to give a story, man. I had a young brother, man. We was fundraising, and at one point in time, when I was doing real estate, I had properties, and I had some of my younger brothers staying in my house, and they came to a meeting that I had, and we was talking about raising funds, and the brother got so hyped about the meeting that he took out $400 and dropped it in the plate. And I was impressed. But I had to ask a question. I said, brother, was that my goddamn rent that you just dropped in the plate? He said, well, brother, I tell you, said we got to be willing to sacrifice. That's the mind state. How the hell you going to sacrifice my money that I got to pay rent with? You know what I'm saying? This is the mind state we're working with, right? You know what I'm saying? So after I cussed him out and went and argued with my other crew about getting my money out of the plate, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is the mind state. We honestly think we could take something that does not belong to us, and because we give it away, it's a sacrifice. People, if it does not hurt you, it's not a sacrifice. If it does not make you feel uneasy, it's not a sacrifice. If it does not make you uncomfortable, it is not a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? As men, we know how to do this. As women, y'all know how to do this. But when it comes to us, when it comes to our lives and us moving up and beyond, you know what I'm saying? We're not willing to give it, but we'll give it for other jobs. We'll give it for other people. We'll give from other people. But when it comes to us sacrificing for us, we're lacking. We're lacking. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I mean, because I have to laugh because the brother passed away. He, you know what I'm saying, he was one of my strongest soldiers. But the point is, he gave me a lesson that I never forgot. If it is not your own, how can you call it a sacrifice? David said, that's theft. Yeah, you damn right. And it was almost a fight up in there too. Because he sure did steal. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, exactly. And if you giving somebody else's stuff, that's theft. You know what I'm saying? So David Lee said, you are right. Return to the old ways. Native communities have found this to be true. That's why colonial oppressors outlaw our cultures. And that's very true. Our cultures are outlawed, right? Because we found ways to work and share. We build on the social system, right? We understand true leadership. So the other part of that says, what is precious is given up for something more precious. What we got to understand is that when we make a true sacrifice, and it's truly from the heart, we give something that's precious. And that hurts. But when we give something that's precious for where we going, we always receive something more precious. And the thing that we have to learn to start having faith in, once again, is the universe and the laws that govern the universe. You reap what you sow, right? The law of when you plant a seed, when you put a seed in the ground, you don't get just the one thing. You don't get one seed back. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand that when we give to ourselves, when we sacrifice for ourselves, when we sacrifice for our people, when we sacrifice for what we believe in, we get something back. And it's powerful. You know what I'm saying? We're cheating ourselves, right? Every time every time I'm trying to, whether I'm trying to start a business or whatever, I always got people that want the hookup. When we start dealing with each other, we got to stop looking for the hookup. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop hustling our people and start finding ways to start doing exchanges. Because a lot of people, they might not directly need money, but they might need something from you. And we need to start getting the circle of exchange going in our community. Right? We got to understand that when I ask somebody to come and speak, I got to be willing to give them. If I can't give them money, can I give them a meal? Can I give them something? I owe them. Right? And we got to keep that going. Because that is a cycle that we need to start building up in our community. Because our community, how can I put it? People be mad at me because they say, Brother Hatim, you need to turn Gye-Nyame Journey into a nonprofit. I'm like, hell no, we got enough nonprofits. I'm strictly profit. You know what I'm saying? We got enough nonprofits. You know what I'm saying? We need to start commerce in our community. You know what I'm saying? We need to start paying for things that are valuable for us. You know, Elder Tony West was on the line. I don't know if he's still on the line, but we need to check this out. He comes out, he drums. Allende go out and they drum, right? And people want them to just do everything for free. That's blasphemy. That should be blasphemy in our community. When we got people that are doing cultural things and things that hold the culture together, and we don't give, that's blasphemy, right? Miss Lundy said, I'm loving this. Thank you for the knowledge tonight. If you don't mind, I'd like to share this video with my children, the millennials. There's so much substance. Oh, hey, baby, share it with whoever you want. Check this out. I'm sorry. I can't help it. Cussing is one of those things I need to let go, but I can't let it go right now. Shouts out to Allende. Oh, what's up, Sake Shimsu, my brother, what's going on? Make that money and build wealth for generations. And the only way we're going to do it is by exchanging within. But that requires us to change our mind state, right? So let's go back. It says, if what is to be offered is not one's own, then how can it be a sacrifice? Said the knowledge holders. What is precious is given up for something more precious. Said the knowledge holders. You know what I'm saying? We got to start sacrificing, y'all. Whether we talking about as a people, whether you talking about in your career or in your business, you got to start sacrificing, right? Oh, my daughter trying to sneak down here to get some of this ambrosia smoothie. Let me show the people. I got this smoothie. It's been sitting here for a while, but hey. Ambrosia. That smooth, refreshing drink. All right, hey.
Daddy, it tastes like
Charles Trailer say, when you want something for free, it has no value to you. And that's very true. And this is what we do to a lot of our scholars, our warriors. Hey, come on, do security for free. Hey, come join for free. Hey, can you come speak for free? You know what I'm saying? No. Can you come speak? You know what I'm saying? I don't have money to pay you. Is there something else I could do for you? Is this something, can we exchange? We got to start the process of exchange. As y'all see, you supposed to be in bed, baby. Good night. All right. So I'm going to read the 3 that we went over today. For those that don't know, this is called Tribal Quotes. Right now, we're working with the book African Openings to the Tree of Life. We are in a chapter called Exercise and Sacrifice. I would suggest that this book be used for study groups because this is a life changer. It's short. You can have kids read through it. They can read through it in 2 days. They could feel successful. This is a great book. And the book is layered because as they start getting wiser in life and they read it again, they will see a totally different thing that they didn't see before. Jill just said, true, Brother Charles. David Andrade said, indeed, we need to have value for our work and show value for the work of others. Then we can build our resources and have more to sacrifice. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Because we start sacrificing small, right? But as we start getting better at the exercise of sacrifice, more things start coming in our lives, so we have more to sacrifice, right? And when we sacrifice, that don't mean that you're just throwing it to the wind, right? When you sacrifice, when you look at the rules of sacrifice, sacrificing can be you giving something to somebody who might need it, right? Sacrifice is another form of exchange in our community that we missing. Charles Trailer say, we don't want to sacrifice without assurances. Our ancestors only had one assurance, and that was never to stop trying to be free. Not only that, even before we was in bondage, we had the assurance of reciprocity. We all know about reciprocity. What comes around grows around. And those of us that's old enough know that that shit is true. Right? What comes around goes around. It has never failed. You know what I'm saying? The title of the book is African Openings to the Tree of Life. It's by a brother by the name of Erskine Peters. And you can get it. You can look up Regent Press. Regent Press. Regent Press. They're in Berkeley, California. I don't have... my daughter's toward the bottom of my book, so I don't have their address. But excellent book. I'm gonna order a whole bunch of them. I guess I'm gonna have to. I gotta go. You go to Regent Press. You could probably order them online. I'm gonna get some and have them when I'm selling ambrosia. All right. So I'm gonna read the 3 that we did today. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 2 more days. So next Wednesday we still gonna be in exercise and sacrifice, and we might end up finishing it. So we almost done with the with the sacrifice piece. But the 3 that we went through today is if what is to be sacrificed, well, it's my fault. If what is to be offered is not one's own, then how can it be a sacrifice? Say the knowledge holders. What is precious is given up for something more precious, say the knowledge holders. Number 1. Number 2, what does not strengthen should be released, for it is a false treasure, say the knowledge holders. That's number 2. And the last one that we covered today, say the knowledge holders. Sacrifice opens doors. No true entering is done without sacrifice. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Yo, I want to thank everybody for coming out. Let me run down my timeline because I'm loving my peoples. First off, I want to send shouts to everybody out there on Spreaker that might be listening, everybody that's on Gye-Nyame Journey that might be listening. I want to send shouts out to all my fam that's on Facebook, man. This is incredible. I'm going to start doing it like this. Shouts out to my cousin Wani Gaines. Shouts out to Alfred James, my brother. Rashawn Hall, right? Nikita, Gye-Nyame, Lisa, Jill, Americuts, Brother David and Brother David, Sister Jill, Victoria, and I think that's it. Oh, David Lee. So when we got David, and then we got David Lee. And that's it. I want to thank all of y'all for tuning in and for all the comments. If y'all liked it like this, man, like it and share it. I'll do it like this again, right? We gonna kick it like this again. My fault. Yende Afrik, Sa Sim Su, Daryl Cobb, Jill Jackson. My fault. Dr. Jill Jackson. Charles Trailer. What's up? And Brother Yahel just tuned in. So we ran through the Proverbs. I want to thank. All right, cool. What I do is I sent out invites before. I'm just gonna start streaming, and y'all get on. So hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And like I said, I'm gonna hold y'all up because y'all busy. But the book is African Openness, the Tree of Life. I cover this every week. I do at least three every week on my radio show. I'm gonna start broadcasting live until they cut me off. Because the great pumpkin is in the White House. We never know what the hell is gonna happen. He might send a mass tweet and shut down Facebook. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm gonna say peace, and I thank everybody. Okay, hold on. David Lee just sent another. Thank you for doing so much for the community. The young people I have met through you are good and on a good path. Very impressive. And thank you, Brother David, for keeping the rocks hot and keeping the sweats going. Hey, and also I'm gonna get in contact with you because, like I said, they want to know. I got some young people. They want to know when the next sweat. Brother Deshaun is all on my back about the next sweat. So let's connect and let's make that happen. And some of the people that's on the line might be interested as well. So hey, this is Brother Hatim. Jill Jackson, I'm so glad you stayed the course. Never stopped the righteous work. I can't. What else can I do? I burnt all my bridges. I guess I got to stay where I'm doing. What else can I do? You know what I'm saying? I was born for this. You know what I'm saying? I was made for this. You know what I'm saying? And so were y'all. You know what I'm saying? All of us connected because we was born to do this work. Peace and blessings, my brother. Your brother. Oh yeah. And I miss your brother, man. I think about him all the time, Gye-Nyame. We are all related. That's right. Yeah. We gonna meet on I think it's the 17th. So for all those interested, we have warrior training going on every other Saturday. So not this Saturday coming up, but the next Saturday, I think it's the 17th. We're gonna be having warrior training, and we're gonna have Brother Allende is doing the drum and dance class for us. You know what I'm saying? So the kids is learning drum and dance, and I know one of my Capoeira brothers is gonna be watching this, and I want to know where the hell did y'all disappear to? Because I'm kind of old to be doing flips and shit. But if I got to get out and get flips and do flips and shit out there like that, I see you in the holder, right? I'm gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? Dentista, I need you up here for, you know what I'm saying? You need to come up and do a workshop or something. All right, but with that, I'm out. And I say I love every last one of y'all. And I thank everybody for tuning. Wow, more people is coming. Who else coming so I can send shots out? Go on, throw your thumb across the screen so I can know who it is. You know what I'm saying? For those that just now tuning in, the Proverbs we covered is, the first one is, if what is to be offered is not one's own, then how can it be a sacrifice, said the knowledge holders. What is precious is given up for something more precious, said the knowledge holders. Proverb number 2, What does not strengthen should be released, for it is false treasure, say the knowledge holders. Proverb number 3, say the knowledge holders, sacrifice opens doors. No true entering is done without sacrifice. We discussed all 3 of those, right? You go back, you can check it out. And if some of y'all want to stay on and still discuss them, yo, this is what I do. I love this, right? But if not, I see people tuning out. Anthony Harris, oh my God, what's up, man? What's up, Mr. Anthony? Thank you for tuning in. So I will be back next Wednesday. Actually, I'm gonna do this on Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesdays we do folk tales, so I'm working on Aesop. So I got a real good story coming up next week. Thank you for tuning in, Brother Anthony. I hope you're enjoying that ambrosia, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, by the way, when you give to Gye-Nyame, Gye-Nyame gives back. When you make those donations to Gye-Nyame, ain't even donations because I ain't a nonprofit, so I ain't playing that donation shit. I'm exchanging with you. You know what I'm saying? So you gon' get some money so that we can get some tents. I'm gonna give you some ambrosia, and it's the truth. It's the truth. I'm telling you right now. Look, we got our own health drink. I'm the plug. You know what I'm saying? I'm making it. I know how to make it. Thank you. Thank you, Brother David. I will see you next week. So, I'm out. I love each and every one of y'all. Those that are on Spreaker, thanks for tuning in. I can't use my phone to send shots out to the countries and the states where y'all listening to me from. Man, I'm glad. Oh, well, hey, let me know. Let me know what you want. Find your favorite one, and I'll make you what you want. Right now, I'm experimenting with berries right now. So I got berries, and I got somebody sampling the grape for me, but he's taking his time on it, so I don't know whether or not I'm gonna do the grape, but I'm working on it. Miss J. Ross just tuned in, late as usual, but I love her anyway. I miss your energy, Miss Ross, the boss, right? All right, so I'm out, and with that, let me cut this off because this is addictive. I got another habit, y'all. Okay, cool. I'm going to bring a box with me. Shouts out and peace. Hey, Miss Ross, what do GM mean? You know I'm old. I'm trying to cut this thing off. What GM mean? Somebody tell me, what GM mean? I'm old. Wani G, I know you know what it means because you good at all that. Oh, good night. Is that what it means? Oh, thank you, Miss Lundy. Thank you, Miss Lundy. Good night. Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. I'm sorry. All right. Peace. All right. Back to Spreaker, and we are out.